Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Batman Hush figure. It is Batman from DC, and it is based on the comics by Jim Lee, Batman Hush, and it is by Mafex, Metacom company. And there's the box. And on the back, it shows some poses and accessories, so let's get into it. Alright, so here we have Batman outside of packaging, and let's go over the accessories first. Alright, so as far as accessories, this figure comes with a translucent base, and then a couple of grapnel hooks. One has a wire running through it, and the other one has a tiny bit of a wire running through it too. And then has the grappling hook hands. Then we have a bunch of other hands. This one has batarangs attached to it. And then we have 4 batarangs, two of each design. And then we have the extra head sculpts. We have the Bruce Wayne head sculpt, which is right there. And then we have an angry Batman head sculpt right there. And we have Batman itself, and he has the vanilla looking head sculpt right now. So let's take a look at the figure itself first. It's got a cloth cape and has wire running through it, so which is nice. So you could definitely give him some dynamic poses with the cape. And this is by Mafex, so the joints aren't as tight as SHF, but they are pretty good actually. Because I was a bit worried about the joints being a little bit loose, but I think turned out quite well. So now I'm going to show you range of motion. Head. You can look up. Quite nice. Down. Quite a bit. And then of course, since it's on a ball joint, you could do all types of rotation. Left to right, whatever you can, and then whatever you want. And then base of the neck, there's another joint. And as for the shoulders, let's see here. He no butterfly joint. It's just a ball joint pegged into the body, and then there's the hinge joint right there. And then bicep does swivel, and elbow is on double joint, so you can bend about that much. And wrists on ball hinge joint. And torso, we have ball jointed chest, but somewhat limited actually. Oh, actually not. Look at that. Can arch back quite a bit forward. Not so much. And then the belt gets in the way. There's another joint down there, which allows him to do a little bit more range of motion down here. And as for the legs, they are on ball joints. And the thigh section here, there's a little swivel around there. So as far as raising up the legs, you can do quite a lot actually. Let's see, yeah, about 90 degrees up. And then the knees could bend, wow, look at that, all the way across. And then ball hinge ankles. And then there's toes articulation. And there's actually pattern on the soles as well too. And here you can see Batman is capable of doing a landing pose quite well actually. Happy about that. And yeah, as far as range of motion, it's actually really good. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try to copy one of the poses from the back. First, you know what, let's pop the head off. Let's put the Bruce Wayne head on. See, base of the neck, there's a ball joint right there. So just pop that in, and there you have Bruce Wayne. And so, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to, let's see, a little closer. No, let's go a little further. Okay. Keep it right there, and let's see, just do that straight leg thing. And then, was it like that? you know what? Let's do something like that. It's almost like a Spider-Man pose. But yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, range of motion, it's quite good actually. The abdominal section, arch back, it's a lot. It feels like there's a lot more for him to do when he's arching back than it is doing a crunch. So if you want him to come out flying down or some sort of pose, you could definitely have him do that. Like some sort of. But of course, with the Batman, with the cowl on, not the Bruce Wayne head, but just to show you guys. The cape does get in the way quite a bit because it is a pretty large cape actually, but it does look much better with the cloth cape than it is with the plastic cape. I'm always a fan of cloth cape. So the wire runs through the front right here, and then there's another wire running through this right here. So there are a total of 4 wires with this figure. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Alright, so as I was changing out the head sculpt, I noticed the peg system here, the rod is actually bent at an angle. I don't know why that is. It's not an accident. No, it's not damage, because the other head, the Bruce Wayne head, has the same peg system here. The peg is on an angle, so I guess it allows him to look up even further. I think that might be the case. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm not sure why they did it that way. And another thing I want to show you guys is that the peg system for the wrist, it's on the peg itself. There's no mushroom head on the top of this piece here. So when you're putting hands on a different hand attachment, when you're attaching a different hand on this peg system, just so you know that it's only held on by friction, and there's no peg system to really support the hand from falling off. But the hole is actually pretty tiny. I'm sure you guys can't see it, but it is quite tiny, so it will hold on quite tightly. See, I'm lifting the figure and it's not coming off because the hole that's in the hand is actually smaller, a little bit tinier than the peg system, so it's gripping to this figure quite nicely. So don't worry about this hand falling off, even though it doesn't have a mushroom's head system for the peg. But yeah, there it is. Look at that, really cool Batman. It's the Jim Lee style, which I like it a lot. I actually met him a few times. Once I actually got his autograph. No, not autograph. I got him to sketch something for me too. It was a Batman figure. I mean, it was a Batman, of course, and it was a quick sketch. It was free. He was doing it in between panels at a convention, so I was able to. He was asking who wants a sketch, and I immediately raised my hand, and then so he asked me to come down, and then gave him a backing board, and then he was able to sketch me a Batman profile shot of Batman. It was like this way, yeah. So that was cool. And yeah, but anyway, back to the figure. Really nice, awesome looking Batman figure from Mesco. I mean, no, not Mesco, Mafex. What am I saying? So at the end of the day, is this figure worth getting? I say so. It's kind of expensive though. It is gonna run you about 90-ish, somewhere around there. I mean, it is a pricey figure, but with all the import stuff, I mean, they're always pricey. And since let's see, the only other line that you could get a Batman from nowadays, I mean, even though we're still getting stuff from DC collectibles, but I think they're cutting that division, so there's gonna be no more DC collectibles. Instead, it's gonna be DC's gonna give licenses to other companies to make figures, and the only other company that's doing stuff right now that I know of is well, the one who's taking over a lot of this stuff probably would be McFarlane Toys, and they did a couple of Batman figures already, and those turned out pretty nice. I do like the detailing on those, so I actually have a few that I'm gonna have to review in a bit. But yeah, there's the Hush Batman from Mafex. Thanks for watching.